little about, you discover things about your father that you
Yes.
didn't know before.
Yes, no, I feel like I mostly came here to work on things with my mom, and of course I had a big checklist of all the things I wanted to cover, and it was our first one-on-one where, I explained my family situation, just a little bit of my background, and you're like, I think you should discover, like, go in the path more towards things with you and your dad. I'm like, oh, no, 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 it's all perfect. No, he's great, wonderful, and then I kind of slowly realized that this picture that I had in my mind of this perfect family was not exactly what I thought. And, I was able to kind of reconcile and understand that, my parents weren't perfect, which was okay. And I was able to find compassion and understanding, but I was able to, for the first time, really understand that when I was a child, not all my needs were met. And I yeah, I think I blocked off a lot. I was definitely living in a little fantasy Princess Abby world, and I just saw, of course, I went back to different past lives and got different glimpses of, also having lots of power in other past lives, and kind of just this sense of like responsibility that the life I have now, I need to make it something. I have just has to, I just felt like I was always doing things for other people, even though I thought I was doing it for myself. I realized that, I have a choice to.
And why you think you have this resistance to see your father the way he is?
Because I think then if I realized that, then I would finally understand that I didn't feel safe when I was younger. I didn't feel like I was really fully taken care of, and, just, yeah, he wasn't really there a lot of the time, and it was.
So this was what you didn't want to know.
No,
You prefer to believe that he was there and he was
yeah,
present.
that I was there, he was present, he was perfect, and I think that definitely ties into a lot of the choices I've made in the past with relationships and not being able to commit to relationships and feeling like I just
So
need
what
me
is the
myself.
benefit to accept that our father or our mother in another case, they have flaws. They are not perfect. They are, because you were idealizing. He's
Yeah.
perfect. All the problems are with my mother.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with him. Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
So, but why we need to know the truth?
Yeah. Well, we need to know the truth because I realized that, you know, real humans and real relationship people are real, and I think that's just the biggest thing. I'm just living in this fantasy world where no one's good enough for me. Everyone has to be perfect. There's no right man. There's no right friend with anyone. I just.
Nobody was going to be better than your father.
Yeah, no.
Because he was like an illusion. He was
Yeah,
not
he
a
wasn't
real
real.
man. He was perfect. So
Yeah.
you will never have a real relationship.
Yeah, no.
And you will be always disappointed.
Yeah.
That it was the reality before this.
Yeah, which I
So,
realized, like, yeah, the first thing I said, I'm like, yeah, I'm always disappointed. I always have these high expectations, poor me. Everyone disappoints me, but you're like, no, it's people can be real. And also, I definitely did not have very good boundaries before, so I think once I would see people's real human sides, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to look at that because that would mean that I would get entangled and tied up in that, so I would just
but also
discard them away.
the entitlement that they have to be in the way you think they have to be.
Yeah.
And if they are not that, you are disappointed.
Yeah.
And they are not good enough.
Yeah.
So you were in a position that eventually you will be always disappointed and alone.
Yeah,
So it was a
exactly.
trap.
Yeah.
And now that you know that your father has flaws,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah. Well, now I
Still is
just.
your father and still you
Yeah.
love him.
Yes. So and I just feel so much freer now, and it's definitely not what I expected. Again, I think I've definitely just been avoiding that reality for so long, but now I feel so free that I can choose people I want in my life. It's okay if they have problems. I don't need to fix them. I don't need to be the savior. You know, I can just enjoy people for who they are. And, if something happens I don't like it, I'm allowed to say no. I think that's actually, I'm very excited to go back home and tell people no.
No,
No.
I don't know, but no.
Yeah, no explanation, just no. No, 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 no. So yeah, but I got a lot out of that. And that was just on our first day. I completely shifted the entire path of this journey. And every single day I gained a new thing, you know, meeting every person. Everything was just very, very intertwined. So yeah, it was very good for me.
Thank you. And you, Jimmy,
Yeah.
the first ceremony, you started with a heavy pain in your chest.
Yeah.
You told me I cannot breathe, it's
Yep.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little what happened?
Yeah, so for me, my reaction was very physical. That's not everybody's. That was just for me. It was extremely physical.
And it was not the first time. In
No,
the previous retreat
it-
happened the same.
Correct. I mean, I literally felt like I was, in cardiac arrest. Not fun. So, and I just kept saying, tough medicine, kind of tough through this. And I was like, I just remember, like, I didn't know if I was going to make it. And I called Tio over and I said, can you help me? Can you just hold my hand? And I just want to get through this. And I realized that, one of the most profound things you can do for somebody who's in a really difficult situation, if somebody's dying, or, if you go to a nursing home, is to just hold their hand. I mean, it's so simple, but it's such a beautiful act, and they can get literally through anything, even death, if you're holding their hand. And it was so simple and so profound. I don't think that's why my chest, because I had that the next 2 nights as well. It's like a threefer. Which was fine. The last day was awesome, but I think it had to do a lot with the message I was receiving, and I was one of my reasons for doing ayahuasca in the first place is because I said I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the appropriate thing to do everybody has a certain amount of dysfunction, and I loved your lesson on generational trauma because it's cumulative. So if everybody walks around the world having a certain level of dysfunction, and then we meet other dysfunctional people, you create more dysfunction. So it's like the right thing to do is to kind of work on yourself to minimize that, so we're not creating so much dysfunction out there. And given that there is generational trauma, generational and it's cumulative, it's like, I need to do some work here and fix some stuff so that I'm operating at a better level and not creating more of a mess. So that was a really good lesson learned for me. And one thing that ayahuasca does is it really highlights all the areas where you need to do some work, and then you can begin to do them. And I once heard somebody say, one ayahuasca ceremony is worth about 10 years of therapy. And that is accurate.
It's accurate when? Because if you don't have, for example, the workshops,
Yeah.
where you know techniques that what you can do when you
Exactly.
are blocking
Yeah.
something.
Exactly.
If you don't have this technique,
Yep.
you will keep repeating the same. I cannot
Exactly.
breathe, I cannot breathe, and you will
Exactly.
be stuck there.
Exactly.
What you can do now,
Yep.
with the knowledge you have now,
So one of my intentions, besides just kind of working on, myself and hopefully being a better human, was to get really clear direction on where do I go now. I'm in a good situation, but I think I can do more, and I got that in spades. I received information, I received messages, I guess if you want to call them, or whatever, insights, inspiration, in the form of like information that was crystal clear, actionable, what I kind of need. That's how it's easier for me rather than seeing stuff, is to kind of get information, and really unbelievable insights. So I have a great idea of what I'm going to do going forward, which was one of my intentions, and I couldn't have been any better, to be honest.
and coming back to this oppressive
Yeah. Yeah.
sensation.
Yeah.
After the first ceremony that you were stuck
Oh,
there,
I was like,
after, for example, the workshop, spirit releasement,
yeah,
that is very specific
Yeah.
to scan your body and discover
yeah, oh yeah,
what you have inside,
right,
on places where you have tension or pain.
yeah.
Did you apply that technique?
Yeah, I did. Well, not for the second ceremony, but I got some more insights as to maybe what some of that crushing pressure was on my chest. And it continued for 3 nights, but it also had to do with maybe the gravity of what I'm going to be doing going forward, and the weight of what I'm going to be doing going forward. So that's had a lot to do with the pressure on my chest. Fourth ceremony, I didn't have that at all. And I needed that because I was like, I just don't think I can go through that again. I don't want to be medevaced. No, but I mean, I just didn't want to go through that again. But it was, incredibly powerful. And it's just, everybody reacts differently. Everybody reacts differently.
Very
to
unique.
medicine.
Every person's different.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
So,
also every ceremony is different.
oh,
Mm.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I think in the moment you discover why you are feeling this oppressive,
Yeah.
you don't need to feel it again.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly right. When I kind of got all the information as to why and what it meant, it went away.
And also, that can happen with the music.
Yes.
Sometimes the music is triggering something painful or sad in you, and instead of acknowledging,
Yeah.
I am feeling this, is painful, you are start projecting outside, this is the music
Mhm.
making me feel bad.
The throw up song is what we call it.
did.
Throw up
We
song.
Oh, yeah.
The drill.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is the song that is drilling.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Like the dentist
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
removing what you
Yeah.
don't need anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not nice when you
Not
go
nice.
to the dentist.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But after the
Yeah.
procedure, we feel much better.
Yeah,
We're free
exactly.
of them.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go to the drill
No.
Yeah.
procedure.
Nobody
Yeah.
enjoys it.
No.
Yeah.
But
No.
once you understand what it is,
Yeah.
and you allow, okay, I allow the drill, what happens? You discover something that probably you don't like.
Well, I mean, it was like when some of those songs came out, I was like, turn the channel. Like, I cannot take it. It was just very dark, and I guess it was doing the work that had to be done, and it was not easy, and it was painful. But I think medicine can be painful when you're healing. Healing can be painful. I'll
And
put it that way.
uncomfortable.
And uncomfortable. So that that's it. It was
But people have to accept,
yeah.
okay, I will feel uncomfortable, can be painful.
Yeah.
But if you keep fighting, no, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I
Right.
don't want to enter that. I don't want to vomit. I don't want. You are fighting and
Yeah, yeah.
resisting and making it more difficult.
Mm.
In the moment you said, okay,
Right.
I accept.
Yeah.
Then you change the channel.
Yeah. Totally.
The pain is your resistance to change, to
Yeah.
allow. That is the pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you allow, it's not that painful.
Yep. That's true.
By the end, I was like, I love throwing up. I was so excited. Yes, I was like,
You'll
yes.
only hear that here. You'll never hear that
Yes.
anywhere else.
Yes, I realized it was. I knew it as soon as like my thoughts changed, or I just knew as soon as something needed to come up, or just some uncomfortable memory, just a thought that I just was suppressing. It would be just related to then. That's when like the nausea comes. That's when you feel uncomfortable. You feel sick, and it was just a very physical representation of that. It's very obvious that whatever your mindset was, if you think the song is horrible, then you're gonna be uncomfortable.
It's not the song.
And it's not the song.
Yeah,
right.
And it's not
Right.
the song.
Right.
It's you.
Next time when you are not fighting and you allow, there is no pain. The pain is your resistance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
Mhm.
when you say, okay, I will not resist, it's what I asked the first day during
Don't
the
resist.
introduction. Don't resist,
Right.
because if you resist,
Yeah.
you will have a bad trip.
Right.
But it doesn't matter what I said, people need to suffer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you finally let go, and there is no more pain. Even
Yeah.
if it's difficult, but you don't need to suffer.
Yeah, I didn't feel on all of my experiences, like I never actually felt that suffering.
Because probably you were allowing.
I was just open. I'm like, I decided ayahuasca, whatever you want to show me, you can show me, and I'll go along for the ride. And whenever I started to see things that I didn't like, I would not try and shy away from it. I would say, okay, show me everything you want to show me. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Go
I need
deeper.
to
Deeper.
learn from this? What
Yeah.
is my lesson? Instead of, no, yeah, what is my lesson? Why I have to see this? Why I was bringing this?
And with that attitude, I felt I took away so much learning from this. Just my journal is filled up, and I need to after leaving the ceremony, I'm going to go through and check all my notes and find all the themes that have come up again, and really make some big changes in my life. So I'm really grateful for it.
Did you have also the horrible music that will make you vomit or not?
No, I actually didn't vomit the entire ceremony.
Oh.
Like, there were a few times where I felt like maybe I would vomit, but then I would just kind of change my mind about it and then not vomit. So,
Remember the first day I said, when you find a music that is irritating, that is your
Yeah.
medicine.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That is the music that will help you remove what you don't need anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's difficult to understand that
Yeah.
because in the moment you react,
Right.
Yeah.
you forgot everything. So I keep repeating that several times.
Yeah.
Anyway, but next time it will be easier if there is a next time
Mhm.
because you know I don't have to fight.
Right.
So everything will be easier and quick and more
Mm-hmm.
fun also.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you discover things about yourself. You can laugh.
Right.
Yes,
I was
there was
so
lots of
worried
laughing.
Right.
to see this, and now what? Like you, I don't want to see my father. Now you saw how he is, and so what?
Yeah,
Still you love him.
Right.
exactly.
So
Right.
nothing changed. You
No.
love him, but he's real. Now he's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's human.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's much better because now you know why you were failing before with relationships.
Yeah,
Where is coming? Where is the cause of this? That you, what I don't want to see.
yeah. Now I see. I'm like, oh, the world is really not that scary after all.
And you, Ryan, what was the inside?
I think it was realizing that I was carrying around a lot of like guilt and a lot of regret, and that was really clouding my judgment for things I was doing. And like right now, my life is going through a lot of big transitions, and I'm starting to work on new projects. So basically, I found that these burdens that I was carrying from like things that I don't feel I did well in the past were really slowing me down to the point where I was having trouble finding energy and excitement in new things I was starting. So it was, I think it was in the second ceremony where I came to that realization how much these old memories were weighing me down, and that I needed to basically just let them go and forgive myself for them. And then after that, I just felt like such a lighter person and a more happy person. And yeah, it's really helped me ever since.
And would you like to add something about your experience here? For example, do you think that ayahuasca is safe, is good or bad or dangerous? Would you recommend ayahuasca to your loved ones? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I would actually say for people who are looking to try ayahuasca, but for me, I looked at it as like a big self-development exercise. And if you're looking to do that to help yourself overcome things and really make some big changes in your life, then coming to a retreat center like this is a really great option.
I'll add that I think if somebody's really looking into ayahuasca, they're seeking it, they're very interested in it. There's a reason. It's probably because maybe they're ready. I wouldn't do this unless I was ready. This is probably one of the toughest things you will ever do, but one of the most rewarding things and enlightening things you'll ever do. It's not for the faint of heart. It's tough work. It's a lot of work, and it's tough medicine, but it's good medicine. So if somebody's really interested, I think that's a signal. That's like a flag that, go ahead and pursue it, because it means you're kind of ready for the tough medicine, and you won't be the same afterwards, in a good way.
Yeah, same. I think you definitely have to be called towards it.
Yeah.
I think it's meant for some people, definitely not for others. But
Yeah.
if you feel a calling, then definitely answer it. And you also, I realized in the years before, I was interested, but I felt like I wasn't ready, because I thought I was going to solve all my problems. And I think if I went a couple years ago, I would have had a much different experience. But I came in knowing that this isn't going to solve everything, and I don't necessarily need to go, but I wanted to go. And it was certainly very helpful, and I'll definitely be continuing to come back. Not until I forget what it tastes like. When I forget what it tastes like, I will be back.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the safest place that I think anybody could ever pick to come. And that's because there's not a detail that has really not been thought out. We spoke about it all last night. Everything here is just so well thought out, and as we've gone through it all, just the awareness of that is just inspiring. I mean, we have all talked about it on our own. We can't believe how well you have structured this and give us an environment to really peel back the layers of the onion, and take a look deep inside, but to do it in a way that we feel supported and safe. And then on top of it, the camaraderie that we have all experienced with each other. I just can't even imagine 60, 70 people and having that same experience. No. And we all feel that we have come to a place of love and respect for each other and sharing that has made this as profound and as impactful as it is. So I'm grateful, and I know we all are.
Yeah. You can live in a beautiful room in a pond and beautiful food and massages and yoga, and it doesn't need to be that hard, Like this is the better option.
I was looking for a magic bullet, and I realized that with your help that there is no real magic bullet, and many things can be that magic bullet. And there doesn't need to be a magic bullet to solve one's problems. I think we are empowered to do that on our own. We don't need something from the outside to come in and fix it for us. Yeah. We have it within us. Mm-hmm. And that really is so significant in my life to understand that, because I've escaped through magic bullets looking for something to change things for me, and even the ayahuasca isn't really it's not a magic bullet. It's just a process that allows me to look deeply into what those things are and fix them on my own.
That's why we talk about reconnecting with our own power.
Right.
A lot of us, after a trauma, have blockages. So we are losing the power to do this or to do that, but we can recover that. Right. And then we realize I don't need somebody save me or give me.
Right.
We can do it. And that is a huge freedom and independence. And you will stay with people because you want, not because you need them.
I know, and it's almost a never-ending quest, because when the magic bullet inevitably doesn't work, you're sitting there waiting for the other magic bullet that might come along,
and
you
keep waiting.
You keep waiting and waiting for something to fix, and then and nothing is working, so, and yet it was always there inside of me.
Yeah, and we are adults, we are responsible, but we didn't know how to do it.
No.
We didn't know it was possible.
Right.
We need just some techniques to understand how this works, and that is possible. And nobody else will do it for us. We need to do the work.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.